He is driven by the words of Horace Mann, a teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering a cold iron. Dr. Delroy Shevers admits it has been a dream come true to become a teacher.
My mentors started all the way back from high school. I had a teacher by the name of Mrs. Holding, Michael Holding, mother. She used to teach us biology in third form. And when she was teaching us, she just had a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. And I realized that teaching don't necessarily have to be boring. Teaching can be a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. We're always anxious to see Mrs. Holding in our class when it's our time to teach biology. And I said to myself, even then I knew I was going to be a teacher. I said that when I become a teacher, I want my class to be fun. And then I also had another lecturer at UTech at the time, CAS, Dr. Freckleton. She just played a lot of games as well in class. And I realized that having fun, a lot of laughter, playing games were something good. And it instilled a lot of excitement. The students want to come to your class, they're excited, and then it creates a certain level of rapport.
He gives stress relievers in class because after the first hour, kind of get bored and, nonchalant. And he gives stress relievers 2 to 3 jokes, and he gets us engaged again in the class, and that's what I like about it.
2 women met for the first time after graduating from high school. One asked the other, "You're always organized in school. Did you manage to live a well-planned life?" "Yes," said her friend. "My first marriage was to a millionaire. My second marriage was to an actor. My third marriage was to a preacher. And now I'm married to an undertaker." Her friend said, "What do these marriages have to do with a well-planned life? 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go."
His dynamic teaching style is one that is admired by his peers and students alike, as evidenced by Dr. Shevers winning the Faculty of Social Sciences Award for Excellence in Teaching for 2009-2010.
My teaching philosophy sits on a number of pillars. One of them is the different learning styles of students. And so I use many different methods to teach certain concepts. I try many different ways. I use words, I use graphs, I use tables, I use pictures, a number of different means. And then I also do the theory before the practical. I also share real-life experiences with my students, and I also ask my students to share their experience or the experience of their parents in class so that learning can take place. And I also do association learning. I refer to certain aspects of our life, things in our relationship, and then I take it back to the topic that I'm teaching. We did productivity, and I told when a line is down for 5 minutes, and we did the calculation. The line is down for 5 minutes, and the commodity is sold for $45, and the line runs for 1,200. How much money are we losing? About 300 and something thousand in 5. Remember we did that calculation? So when the line is
Though he considers his teaching a blessing, Dr. Shevers also admits to cultivating his skill through dedicated preparation, lifelong learning, and using an active learning approach to cater to the different types of learner.
Dr. Shevers is a great teacher because he's very clear in the way he gives his lectures. He engages his students, and he connects to us, he relates to us. He talk to, Virgin Wagwan, you're all right, you understand. He looks out for his students, and that's important to me.
Dr. Shevers admits that his ultimate aim is to be a master teacher and to build the character of each student. The UWI Gardian Life Premium Teaching Award is a testament to the fact that he is on his way.
I'm honored to be recognized by UWI and Gardian Life. For me, this is a great achievement. Being here at UWI is self-actualization for me. I've always wanted to be a lecturer at the University of the West Indies because I studied here. And so it's a great achievement. And then to be selected for this award by UWI and Gardian Life, I am ecstatic. I'm overwhelmed. I'm blessed as well. I'm really happy.
Dr. Delroy Shevers, teacher par excellence, mentor and friend, and 2012 UWI Gardian Life Premium Teaching Awardee. Teaching is a passion for Dr. Sharmella Roopchand Martin, a native of Trinidad and Tobago who has made her home here in Jamaica and at the School of Physical Therapy at UWI Mona. A proud graduate of UWI Mona, she admits that her passion is possibly genetic as she comes from a family of teachers.
In first year physiotherapy school, undergraduate, I think that's pretty much at the time I decided that I wanted to be a teacher. High school, my focus was really more on medical profession. By A-levels, I had decided I wanted to do physical therapy. And at the end of my first year in the School of Physical Therapy, I'd say I had decided by then that I'd want to go into teaching in this profession.
Because the joint glides all the way through when I do it passively. It can only be one reason why the passive range of motion is so much greater than the active, and that's muscle weakness.
Dr. Rupchand Martin makes her lectures engaging by using a mixture of teaching approaches to cater to the varied skills and learning styles of each student. She admits that her teaching style has been influenced by some of her former teachers and mentors.
Bottom line, guiding my teaching philosophy is that every student that enters the School of Physical Therapy or enters our program can succeed in this program. I also tend to look at it from the point of, if a student is not performing, let me examine what I'm doing first before I say it's a student, because we have a completely different generation of students. The way they learn, the way they do things is completely different. But my key thing in terms of underlying how I teach is every student who enters this program can succeed, and I need to find all ways that I can use to get to that student and make sure that the student understands the material that I'm teaching.
What I found with Dr. Martin is from initially when I first entered the school, she was always accessible. She always had this open door policy, so you can turn up at any time. If you can't get her, you can email her. You could have contacted her by Skype. So she always made herself available, and she was always willing to go the extra mile. So I always found that it's that accessibility that she has that always appealed to me.
Her kind patience and quest for knowledge inspires and endears her to students and colleagues. She plays the role of teacher, mentor, and expert. Her role as a teacher reflects the mission of the university to unlock West Indian potential. With this in mind, she takes the time to ensure that each student realizes his or her best.
What is expected of us in the physical therapy program in particular is self-directed learning, evidence-based practice. You must learn to go out there, search, find the answers, improve. I mean, I tell them from the first day that they come in that, half of the stuff I'm probably saying to you in school is not going to be valid by the time you graduate, because the profession is changing so rapidly. So I use some of these things to try and get them to really begin to get into the program and understand that what they're doing is very dynamic, vibrant, and then throughout the program expose them to a lot of different things in there. When you expose them to stuff that really captures their interest, you will see these students just taking off in a different direction completely.
Dr. Martin's most outstanding qualities so far are her level of discipline and her level of passion for what she does. Her teaching style, her lecturing, she ensures that everyone is on the same level of learning, of understanding. So by just observing her, you can see that she definitely has a passion for teaching and that level of interest.
Having been named one of the UWI Gardian Life Premium Teaching Awardees for 2012, by any measure, Dr. Rupchand Martin has achieved success.
Each of my students, I'd like to see every one of them go on to do at minimum a master's degree, complete a master's. I do hope some of them will go on to do PhDs and do research, and ultimately I would like to be very comfortable knowing that if I decide I want to leave university teaching tomorrow, I have graduates that can happily step up to the plate, take my position and replace me.
Dr. Sharmela Rupchand Martin, motivator, model teacher, and 2012 UWI Gardian Life Premium Teaching Awardee.